I'm here with Emin, Solutions Architect at Spacelift. Just want to ask a few questions around Spacelift Intelligence,
All right.
what that is, and what led to the inception of
Yep.
Spacelift Intelligence. For someone who already knows Spacelift generally, can you explain in a few words what Spacelift Intelligence actually is?
All right. Yeah. Spacelift Intelligence is actually two tools combined together. The first one is called Infra Assistant, which is basically where you ask questions about your infrastructure resources or your Spacelift account too, to get some knowledge, right? The other tool is called Intent, which is allowing you to build infrastructure resources with your agents. It's a no-code tool, so it doesn't generate any code for you. It just connects to the IAC providers to create the resources directly. So it's a combination of both tools together built into our platform.
Excellent. Okay. Is there a specific reason that Spacelift decided to build these features out? Was that due to a specific shift in the market? What's the reasoning behind that?
Yeah, IAC and GitOps, we all love and use it every day for actual production deployments, right? But there's a bottleneck there too. So if you, let's say, want to test something, if you want to prototype something, you don't want every developer to create the code itself. You don't, because they don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
They just want the resources to test it quickly. That's where we decided to build this tool to be able to allow those developers to self-serve themselves for prototyping. But of course, if we're talking about production, that should still go to IAC and GitOps. So
Right, yeah.
they'll have the option to test their stuff quickly without going to a ticketing system, without writing the Terraform code, for example, right? But if they want to promote that to production, they're going to go back to good old IAC and GitOps.
So you can use Spacelift Intelligence to ask questions about the current state of your IAC. You can use it to troubleshoot issues and also deploy infrastructure. Is that covering?
Exactly. That's basically it. Because, like I said, it's a combination of both. With the assistant part, you're asking questions about your infrastructure. Infrastructure is code for your Spacelift account. If something is failing, it can understand the context. It can read the documentation to find you the right answers. But like you said, with the intent part, you can also build and basically provision resources directly from the same tool.
Right, okay. Most DevOps engineers like myself, they hear AI and infrastructure deployments and they start panicking. How do people make sure they're managing the risks around that, make sure that these are appropriate guardrails in place, and what does Spacelift do to make sure that that's all in place?
That's great. We use policies in Spacelift. We use that with OPAuth, and people create the policies using a language called Rego.
Yeah.
It's basically a policy as code tool, right? And we have that for intent as well. So there's a new policy type in Spacelift, which is called intent policies. So people can build their guardrails around the resources. So let's say if someone wants to deploy a publicly available S3 bucket with a single policy, you can basically prevent that from happening.
Right.
So with these policies, the platform engineers can put the guardrails around those deployments for their developers, so they cannot go too rogue.
Yeah, excellent. That's something that you really need as someone that's doing platform work, operations work, to make sure that you're not going to do something that's going to tank your infrastructure and then keep you on calls and awake until 2 a.m. trying to figure out what the hell went wrong.
Exactly.
Excellent. And my final question is, with these features, this way of working with infrastructure as code, who gets the value first? Is it platform, operations, developers? And can you give me one specific concrete example of where Spacelift Intelligence is actively saving people time?
All right. I'm going to say all of the above, and I'm going to say it depends because I'm an engineer, right? That's the right answer. When you think about it, for platform engineers, it's going to make their life easier because they're going to give developers the powers to self-serve themselves but also at the same time, they're going to be able to control what they are doing in their infrastructure. From a developer's perspective, they won't have to create tickets. They won't have to wait for someone to provision the resources. They're gonna be able to do it themselves. From security perspective, with the policies, you'll have the guardrails in place already. So you will not worry about like some people creating, I don't know, publicly available resources to the internet, etc. So that's why I said all of the above, right?
Is this something we should be excited about?
100%, because like it's not like any other AI tool, because we're not generating any code, right? It's not hallucinating. We're using the actual IAC providers, and we are also creating resources based on the schema coming from that provider. Also, we're keeping the state so people can see the history of what they've done with intelligence. So having that visibility, having that control, having that centralized management is perfect for everyone.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your time, man.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
that.
Thank you so much.
Spacelift.